It's time for Backyard Games DIY Kerplunk. Kerplunk because the last ball to drop means you lose. Let's make it. There's only a few things you need to build this fun game, and I'll tell you about them as we go. We'll start off with a 36-inch long roll of chicken wire, which we're going to open up and try to get as flat as we can. You also need a plain old paint bucket. The taller ones work best. Mine is 15 inches tall. Then using a tape measure, we're going to measure the circumference of the top of the paint bucket. Now you might want to use some gloves handling this chicken wire as some of the edges can be sharp. Now we'll measure out a length of chicken wire that's a few inches longer than the circumference of the paint bucket. In this case it's 42 inches, so using some snips we're going to start making our cuts and we'll end up with a 42 inch by 36 inch piece of chicken wire. Now back to our bucket where we have to remove that handle, so I found the easiest way was just to fire up the Dremel and make those two cuts. Now grab a Sharpie because we need to draw an opening in the bucket. This is where we'll access the dropped Kerplunk balls. And then I took a drill and made some holes so I could fit my jigsaw in and cut that opening out. Cut it out! Once that's done, grab some sandpaper because you don't want to have any rough edges around that opening. You don't have to paint the bucket, but I decided to paint mine red just to make it look a little more fun. The next thing you'll need is some PVC pipe. I'm using 1-inch PVC pipe and I got 3 10-inch lengths. Then I'm going to measure out 24 inches and I'm going to cut out 15 24-inch pieces of PVC pipe. Go ahead and sand both ends of that PVC pipe to remove any burrs. Again, just like the bucket, you don't have to paint the PVC pipe, but I thought it would look pretty cool to be in 5 different colors. It just makes the finished product look more fun and professional. The main ingredient are these plastic crush-proof play balls. I bought 2 packs of 50. While you still have your paint out, grab one of the balls because we're going to turn it into a Kerplunk ball. Now, if this ball drops during your turn, you have to do some kind of a challenge. Adults could do a shot. Kids could have to do a bunch of push-ups or some other physical challenge. This is just a bonus part of the game that I thought would be cool. All right, let's put this whole thing together now. Our chicken wire needs to be wrapped around so it forms a circle that will fit over our paint bucket. I just used the extra ends when I made the cuts to tie it all together. When it's all done, it's a good idea to go over the whole thing and make sure there's no little wires sticking out. If there are, clip them off. When we removed that handle, we were left with 2 little holes at the bottom edge of the bucket. We're going to get our drill and we're going to drill holes all the way around the bucket. This is how we're going to secure our chicken wire. And we're going to do that using little zip ties. So zip it up and then clip them off clean. Between the drilling and mounting our chicken wire, the paint on the top of the bucket got kind of scratched off. So to cover that and also protect the edges of the chicken wire, I'm going to use this star tape to cover everything up. So I'll carefully wrap that around the bottom edge of the chicken wire and then do one more row so the whole top of the bucket is covered. To finish off the top of our Kerplunk game and cover up any possible sharp edges, I'm going to use a small piece of hose that I cut down the middle with a razor blade, and I'll mount that on top of the chicken wire. I'll use some black tape to hold it in place. All right, let's play Kerplunk. The first step is to insert all of our colorful pipes about halfway up our chicken wire. Make sure they're all the way through from one end to the other. When they're all in place, it's time to add the balls. If you made the optional Kerplunk ball, when it's about halfway full, drop that in. Then add the rest of your balls. Now alternating players carefully pull out the pipes. If you drop the Kerplunk ball, then you have to do the challenge. Whoever drops the very last ball is the loser. That's how to build and play Kerplunk, a fun game for all ages.